We often wonder if there are other life forms out there in this vast universe. Maybe some of them are thousands of light years away from us. But what if they're not? What if some of them are living right among us? It may sound like the start of a sci-fi movie, but scientists believe that we might be the aliens. Here's how. Humans evolved in Africa. This is where our ancestors first appeared about 200,000 years ago. And it's believed that we evolved here and lived for quite a while before we began to migrate around the world. But this is where things get interesting. As we migrated, we didn't just travel across empty lands. No, we actually followed the coastline. We traveled along the coast of what was once a giant ocean called the Tethys Ocean. And as we moved across Africa, we would have had no idea that we were actually traveling in a straight line. Why? Because all we would have seen around us was water. As humans continued to migrate around the world, this giant ocean became a barrier that we never really crossed. It wasn't until recently that we began to explore and cross this ocean. The fact that we seem to have avoided the ocean for so long is quite strange, especially when you consider that many of the early human settlements were located near the coast. But it seems that we only began to venture further into the ocean when we developed boats. And even then, it took us quite a while to truly understand just how big the ocean was. So why did early humans avoid the sea? Well, there are a few theories. Some say that the ocean was just too big for humans to comprehend, so it seemed endless and scary to us. Others say that the ocean was dangerous and unpredictable, so we were afraid to go out into it. However, there is evidence to suggest that the real reason we avoided the ocean for so long was because it was home to giant monsters that wanted to eat us. Some experts believe that humans' fear of the ocean may have been passed down from our ancestors, who may have witnessed creatures such as megalodon sharks, giant squid, and even sea monsters. These creatures were so big and scary that our ancestors were terrified of them. And this fear was eventually passed down to us through generations of storytelling. After all, stories have been passed down for centuries, sometimes for thousands of years. And it's likely that the story of scary sea monsters was one of them. However, there is another theory about why we may have been afraid of the ocean. Some experts believe that we may have actually seen aliens in the sea. Could this be true? Well, there are a few reasons why it's possible. First of all, the ocean is full of mysteries. There are parts of the ocean that we've never explored, and there are creatures living in the depths that we've never seen before. Who's to say that there aren't also aliens living in the ocean? Secondly, we know that aliens exist. We may not have seen them yet, but the chances of us being the only planet with life in the entire universe are slim to none. Finally, if aliens did come to Earth, it makes sense that they would try to hide. After all, we've done some pretty crazy things to other species in the past. Who's to say that aliens would be any different? Or a few examples that could support this theory. For example, there have been many reports of strange creatures seen in the ocean. Some people claim to have seen mermaids or other mythical creatures. While these claims can't be verified, it's possible that these sightings could be of real-life aliens. Additionally, there have been many UFO sightings near the ocean. This could be because aliens are using the ocean to hide from us, or it could simply be because they are just as fascinated by us as we are by them. It's also possible that aliens may have visited Earth in the past. There are many ancient artifacts that have been found that we don't know what to make of. Some people believe that these artifacts could be evidence of alien contact. For example, there are ancient cave paintings that show strange creatures that look very much like aliens. There are also ancient structures like Machu Picchu that some believe were built with the help of aliens. But what if aliens aren't just visiting Earth? What if they're living right among us? In recent years, there have been many reports of strange creatures living in the Amazon rainforest. Some of these creatures look like they could be from another planet. Take, for example, the Wendigo. The Wendigo is a creature from Native American folklore. It's said to be a giant evil spirit that possesses people and turns them into monsters. The Wendigo is described as having sharp teeth and claws, glowing red eyes, and an insatiable hunger for human flesh. While this may sound like the plot of a horror movie, there are people who claim to have seen the Wendigo in real life. Some believe that the Wendigo could actually be an alien living in the forest. Another creature that's said to live in the Amazon is the Mapinguari. The Mapinguari is a large, hairy, ape-like creature that's said to walk backwards. It's also said to have a foul smell and to make a strange clicking noise. Again, this may sound like a tall tale, but there are people who claim to have seen the Mapinguari in real life. Now, these are just two examples of strange creatures that are said to live in the Amazon. There are many others. And while we can't be sure that these creatures are aliens, it's certainly possible. After all, the Amazon is a huge rainforest and we've only explored a small part of it. It's entirely possible that there are all sorts of creatures living in there that we don't even know about. The Amazon isn't the only place where strange creatures are said to live. There are similar reports from all over the world. For example, there's Bigfoot in North America, the Yeti in Asia, and the Loch Ness Monster in Europe. All of these creatures are said to be huge, hairy, ape-like creatures that are very shy and elusive. Again, we can't be sure that these creatures are aliens, but it's certainly possible. In fact, there's one place in particular where there seem to be a lot of aliens living, and that's Roswell, New Mexico. In 1947, a rancher in Roswell, New Mexico, found some strange debris on his property. He reported it to the local sheriff, who then contacted the military. The military came and took the debris, but they wouldn't say what it was. They simply told everyone that it was from a crashed flying saucer. This sparked a media frenzy, and people from all over the country came to Roswell to see what was going on. But the military quickly corrected their statement and said that the debris was actually from a crashed weather balloon. To this day, people are divided over what really happened in Roswell, believe that the government is hiding the truth about aliens and UFOs, and there are even some who believe that aliens are living in Roswell. Well, there are definitely aliens living among us. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching.